Celebrity Big Brother finale, Miesha Tate wins in landslide vote over Todrick Hall after jury takes jabs at Todrick. By Elizabeth Kwiatkowski, 2/24/2022 Advertisement Elizabeth Kwiatkowski is Associate Editor of Reality TV World and has been covering the reality TV genre for more than a decade. Celebrity crowned Miesha Tate its Season 3 champion over Todrick Hall after several biting jury remarks were directed at Todrick for his trash-talking during the live one-hour finale Wednesday night on CBS. Celebrity's jury of 8 celebrities voted for Miesha, a former UFC champion, to win Celebrity's third season over Todrick, a singer and entertainer, in a 7-1 vote on day 29 of the game. Model and former The Real Housewives of Atlanta star Cynthia Bailey, who placed third in the game, was the only jury member to vote for Todrick's victory. For winning the game, Miesha received a grand prize of $250,000, while Todrick walked away with the runner-up prize of $50,000. This is so surreal, and just to see my family here and everyone united, everyone looks fantastic, Miesha said after celebrity host Julie Chen announced the voting results. This is crazy to see you in person, Julie. I don't know if I could quite put words to the feeling that I have right now, so I might just shut up because I feel like I'll just keep rambling on. Designer and former Queer Eye star Carson Kressley, who was one of the jury members, earned himself $25,000 after home viewers voted him to be America's favorite houseguest. The celebrity finale began on day 27, with the final 3 celebrities, Todrick, Miesha, and Cynthia, celebrating having made it to the end of the game. Miesha was confident she, or Todrick, could win the final head of household competition because they had proven they could beat Cynthia in mental and physical competitions. Todrick finally revealed how he's a huge super fan of the game, and Cynthia pointed out how that made so much sense because Todrick never sat on the chopping block once. Miesha also admitted Todrick had been low-key the best in this game. Cynthia complimented Miesha and Todrick on being the perfect team. Todrick then asked Cynthia to take him to the final 2 if she won the final hoe competition because she didn't piss anyone off in the jury and would win the game. Todrick said votes he'd probably receive over Miesha, such as Carson Kressley, would go to Cynthia, and he claimed he would be fine with that. Todrick also told Cynthia how Miesha had said it would be in her best interest to sit next to actor Todd Bridges in the end. Todrick wanted to reward a kind and graceful player whom people respected, but Miesha worried she couldn't beat Cynthia. Miesha also pointed out how it would be a coin flip against Todrick. Todrick told Cynthia that he actually had to convince Miesha to bring Cynthia to the end as a result, and so Cynthia assured the player of course she'd take him to the final 2. For the final head of household competition called Shoutouts, the final 3 houseguests were required to watch 7 videos made by their former celebrity housemates. Each video featured a shoutout that referenced 3 statements about the houseguest giving the shoutout. The player's job was to determine which statement was false, A, B or C. A correct answer would earn a player 1 point, and the celebrity with the most points at the end of 7 videos would become the final hoe and cast the sole vote to evict. Miesha became the final hoe with 3 points when Todrick and Cynthia had won only 1 point each. At the season's last live eviction, Cynthia announced how the ride had been so amazing and she already felt like she won. Cynthia said she played the game with loyalty and fun, but she already had a pretty good idea whom Miesha was going to pick. Todrick gushed about having been a dynamic duo with Miesha. He said he was so grateful to have met her, and she changed his life in so many ways. Todrick complimented Miesha on open conversation about culture and race, and he said he'd respect any decision she made because she's a wonderful human. Miesha then stood up and declared, "I am so honored to have continued this journey right up to the culmination, the very end. I adore you both, and I've learned so much about you. I think it would only make sense if I bring Todrick to the final 2 with me, because you are the yin to my yang." Miesha added in her speech about Todrick, "You have taught me so much and I am so grateful for this experience and this lasting friendship. And I can't wait to be in each other's weddings." Cynthia was therefore the last celebrity evicted from the house. Cynthia told Julie in her post-eviction interview how she was not surprised by her ouster and 100% respected how Miesha and Todrick had been playing the game. Cynthia called Miesha straightforward and clear, and she said she loved Todrick so much and she always had a soft spot for him. After Carson left, I was on my own in the house, and Todrick took me under his wing, and I'm very grateful because I don't think I would have made it this far without him," Cynthia explained. Cynthia also confirmed she would have taken Todrick to the final 2 with her if she had won the final hoe competition. "I didn't win, but I feel like I won." Cynthia noted. Once the 7-person jury gathered together, Carson gave actress and former Miss USA Shanna Moakler an apology for eliminating her in the game, saying how he should have trusted actions over somebody's words. Carson admitted that getting rid of Shanna was the one part of the game that wasn't fun for him, and Shanna accepted his apology. When Cynthia finally joined the jury, they appeared upset and disappointed because they really liked her and would have liked to see her in one of the final 2 chairs. In her final speech ahead of voting for the winner, Miesha said she entered the house trying to be a beast while playing with integrity. Miesha admitted she wasn't perfect, but her goal was to inspire her children to dream, but also to show that girls can do it too. Todrick said he initially planned to lay low and fly under the radar, but that obviously didn't happen. I was a huge threat from day one and had blood on my hands every single week, even though I wasn't the hoe. I was hand-picking targets and helping to be a part of every single eviction this entire season, Todrick announced. Todrick said he came into this season inspired by the Cookout Alliance from last season, but he didn't want to win this game because he's black or because he's gay, but rather because he loves this game and knows it like the back of his hand. Todrick also reminded everyone that he's the only celebrity who never sat on the chopping block this season, and he would use his prize money to help the arts as well as his community and fanbase. The jury then cast their votes one at a time for the winner of Celebrity, and many former houseguests made it known they had some bitterness and resentment built up about Todrick's trash talking behind their backs. When actress and former The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Teddy Mellencamp cast her vote, she snapped, "One of your favorite movies is The Wizard of Oz, but you've forgotten that we can see behind the curtain." Teddy, referring to Todrick, while casting her vote for Miesha to win, added, "So I am going to choose the lesser of two evils." Olympic medalist Mirai Nagasu voted for Beastly Competition wins that she respects, and former NSYNC member Chris Kirkpatrick cast his vote in the honor of playing with integrity. Shanna, with her key in hand, noted with attitude, "The one thing that this vote ensures is that I will never have to hear your voice again," and she ended up voting for Miesha to win. Carson then shared how both of the final 2 played an incredible game, but he wanted to reward the person who played just a little bit harder, and former NBA champion Lamar Odom went with the person who most resembles the mentality of his new tattoo. Todd told Miesha and Todrick how everything was fine until I saw the live feeds. Todd, whom Todrick had reportedly called homophobic, condescending and more after his eviction, essentially scolded them for talking badly about people who are already gone. Cynthia said, although both Miesha and Todrick had played an amazing game, she'd be voting for the person who helped her navigate when she didn't really understand how the show worked. In the end, Miesha won the $250,000 in a 7-1 vote, and Todrick congratulated her on the big win. When Julie revealed how Carson had won America's Favorite Houseguest based on home viewer votes, she said Lamar and Shanna had come close in the voting. Carson said he'll be donating a significant portion of his prize money to his charity, True Colors United. Miesha then admitted to Julie that playing Celebrity was more difficult than competing as an MMA fighter because the game feels like it's never ending and it's an emotional roller coaster the whole way through. Todrick also shared how his experience was a lot different from when he had watched the show over and over again. But Todrick called his time on the show spectacular and a dream come true, adding how Miesha was going to be his new ride or die in life. He also laughed about how Celebrity makes Broadway look easy.